commit murder, to take a life with your own hands, again and again, and not be able to stop yourself. Can you begin to imagine the horror?
Nope, but why don't you tell us about it?
I wish I could. But somewhere in the world, now, at this very moment, there is someone who can.
Yeah? Who?
Well, no one knows yet. But if his torment is great enough, and he kills as these poor creatures did, then future generations will know, for he will end up here, immortalized in wax, remembered as you and I will never be, like Henri Landru, so filled with love and hate. He loved nearly 300 women in his lifetime, spinsters and lonely widows. He too must have felt agony as he strangled the life out of them. A master of the garret, identical to the one you see in his hands.
That looks like some kind of cord.
Just a piece of string. Let me see that.
Get away from there. Get away from there.
I was only...
Mr. Sinescu is right. The figures are not to be touched. They are too rare and valuable.
Besides, the museum can't be held responsible for what might happen to you. And here, another soul in torment. The Ripper himself. Of all the faces in London's Whitechapel district, which was his? And why did he feel driven to kill those pathetic drabs with one sweep of his knife? Identical to the blade you see before you. Step closer, young lady.
What?
Go on. It's only a prop. Lean forward. There. It's quite all right. Look deep into his eyes and remember them so you'll never fall prey to such a man yourself. A man who carried a long, sharp weapon which he slashed across women's throats. Like this.
That knife, it swung at me. It almost...
Spring in the arm. Pretty good trick.
A trick, yes, but one that serves to remind us how near death is to all of us. When we look at Hicks, at Burke, and Hare, at Landru and the Ripper, we see what appear to be ordinary men. What devils pushed them to their bloody fate? We can only guess. Thank you for your kind attention.
Thank you, Mr. Sinescu. Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes our tour of Ferguson's museum. Exit to your right, please.
Mr. Martin Sinescu, a gentleman and the curator of Murderer's Row in Ferguson's Wax Museum. He looks after these replicas with care and dedication, and he ponders why ordinary men are driven to commit mass murder. What Mr. Sinescu does not know is that the groundwork has already been laid for a special kind of madness, a torment found only in the Twilight Zone.
And now, The Twilight Zone and our story, The New Exhibit, starring JoBe Cerny with Stacy Keach as your narrator.
There now, Mr. Landru. Collar turned up just so. Easy to see why you're a real lady killer. We have to do something about that suit.
Martin?
Yes, Mr. Ferguson?
I'd like to talk to you.
All right. I'll be through here in a moment.
That can wait. What I have to say to you is rather important.
You know, sir, I think Landru needs a new suit. This one is 10 years old and shows it. Something wrong, Mr. Ferguson?
Well, yes and no. I think we'd better discuss it in my office.
All right. If you like, sir. Is it something I've done or haven't done?
No, nothing like that. Sit down.